Hello again. As most viewers will remember, there was a referendum in this country in 2016 to decide whether we should remain in the European Union or leave it. The question was very simply phrased. Should the United Kingdom remain a member of the European Union or leave the European Union? The majority of those who voted wanted to leave the European Union. That's how democracy works. There was an enormous and thoroughly undemocratic effort afterward to stall the process of leaving, or even to abandon it entirely. As part of this, a parliamentary petition was launched, asking the government to reconsider the move to leave Europe. By the spring of 2019, this petition had gained no fewer than 6 million signatures. It was a shocking attempt to subvert democracy in Britain, and many people were angered by this manoeuvring. In the event, of course, it all came to nothing. It is ironic that many of those people who were so angry at the idea of the result of the referendum being overturned are now enthusiastically demanding exactly the same thing happen with the general election held at the beginning of July. Lest there be any confusion about this, I will say at once that I loathe Keir Starmer and regard him as the worst Prime Minister since the end of the Second World War. I think that he and his gang are a bunch of dangerous, ideologically driven lunatics who are likely to cause immeasurable harm to the country. Despite this, they were actually elected less than 5 months ago, and asking for a rerun of the election is every bit as bad as trying to get the vote to leave Europe reversed. The petition demanding a general election has now reached 2 million signatures, which is quite a lot. Before we start fooling around in this way and reversing the results of an election, we need to consider that we are really then moving down a very dangerous path indeed. When the election was held, we all knew that whoever was voted in would form the government for the next 5 years. However awful that government, that's how democracy works in this country. Perhaps those who are supporting this move might stop to think whether or not they were in favour of the idea of reversing the result of the referendum on Europe, simply because 6 million people wished to do so. If they were not, then they really should think twice about supporting this current petition.